Pearl Watts has reportedly opened up in a way that has left many viewers paying close attention to the growing conversation around her and Maurice Sam, especially after words attributed to her began painting a picture of a woman who is deeply happy with the person beside her and believes he deserves nothing but the best in life. According to the story surrounding the two actors, Pearl is said to have expressed how much she values Maurice Sam, describing him as someone whose happiness matters greatly to her and someone she wants to see succeed in every area of his life. What makes this conversation particularly interesting is the level of affection attached to the words, because instead of simply talking about Maurice as a colleague or someone she enjoys working with, the message presents Pearl as someone who sees him as a very special person in her life. She is portrayed as being genuinely happy whenever she is around him, and that happiness has become one of the biggest reasons viewers continue to discuss their connection. Pearl is said to believe that Maurice deserves the very best, and she wants to be someone who adds peace, encouragement, and happiness to his journey. For many followers who have watched their interactions over time, this kind of statement naturally creates a lot of questions because the bond between them has continued to attract attention. The rumors surrounding Pearl and Maurice have been growing among fans who enjoy seeing the pair together, and now the conversation has become even louder because of the way Pearl is portrayed as speaking about her feelings. She is said to have explained that loving someone is not only about saying beautiful words, but also about wanting that person to be happy, supporting their dreams and standing beside them when things become difficult. In that sense, her feelings toward Maurice are presented as something she takes seriously. Pearl reportedly speaks about Maurice with admiration, emphasizing the qualities she appreciates about him and the reasons she feels he deserves genuine happiness. She is also portrayed as someone who does not want Maurice to settle for less than what he deserves, and that particular message has caught the attention of people who follow their story. When a woman speaks about a man with that much admiration, viewers naturally begin wondering whether there is something deeper behind the connection. Pearl is said to have made it clear that her happiness is connected to seeing Maurice happy, and that she enjoys the moments they share together. She reportedly loves his personality, appreciates his presence, and feels comfortable whenever they are together. This has made fans revisit several moments involving the two, looking closely at their conversations, appearances, and the chemistry they display whenever they are seen together. Another part of the story that has generated attention is the claim that Pearl is deeply in love with Maurice Sam. Rather than describing her feelings as something casual, the narrative presents Pearl as a woman who has developed strong emotional feelings for him and is not afraid to acknowledge the special place he occupies in her heart. She is portrayed as believing that Maurice deserves someone who understands him, supports him, and genuinely wants the best for him, and she wants that kind of happiness for him. Her words also suggest that love, in her view, should come with respect and appreciation. She reportedly understands that Maurice has his own ambitions, career goals, and personal journey, and she does not want her affection for him to become something that prevents him from achieving those goals. Instead, she wants to encourage him and celebrate every success that comes his way. This is where the conversation becomes even more emotional, because Pearl is presented as someone who does not only want Maurice for herself, but also wants to see him become the best version of himself. Fans have also been asking whether this connection could eventually become something much more serious, especially because Pearl is portrayed as being very comfortable expressing how much she cares about him. The rumors have created plenty of conversations across social media, with supporters taking different positions about what the relationship could mean for both actors. Some viewers believe the connection is simply a beautiful friendship built on trust and mutual respect, while others continue to see signs of something deeper. Whatever people choose to believe, the biggest talking point remains Pearl's alleged happiness whenever Maurice is involved. She is portrayed as someone who smiles differently when discussing him, someone who feels proud of his achievements, and someone who genuinely wants good things to happen in his life. She reportedly believes Maurice deserves a partner who will appreciate him, respect his journey, and remain supportive through both the exciting moments and the challenging ones. Her affection is therefore presented as more than simple attraction, because the story focuses heavily on care, admiration, and emotional support. Pearl is also said to appreciate the person Maurice has become through his experiences, rather than simply being interested in his popularity or career. That distinction has made the story even more interesting to viewers, because it suggests that what she values most is the man behind the public image. She reportedly loves his determination, his personality, and the way he carries himself, and she feels that these qualities make him deserving of genuine love and happiness. For fans watching from the outside, such statements naturally create excitement because celebrity relationships often become major talking points whenever emotions appear to move beyond ordinary friendship. The second wave of rumors has therefore focused on whether Pearl and Maurice could eventually make their relationship more public, and whether the affection being discussed could lead to a more serious commitment. But beyond all the questions, the central message remains Pearl's admiration for Maurice and her belief that he deserves the best. She is portrayed as being deeply grateful for the happiness he brings into her life, and equally determined to make sure that he knows how valuable he is to her. She reportedly wants Maurice to understand that he is loved, appreciated and supported.